Today, we're talking about something that's kind of underrated, but honestly, it's super powerful once you get the hang of it. And I'm talking about system presets in Bambu Studio and Orca Slicer. First, why should you even care about these presets? Presets are basically cheat codes to great 3D printing. They're pre-configured settings that tell your printer how to behave for different types of prints. You want something detailed and pretty? Well, there's a preset for that. Want it strong enough to survive a drop test? Yeah, there's a preset. Need it done fast because you forgot your friend's birthdays tonight? Boom, preset. They also save you from having to tweak a million of those settings manually. And if you've ever had a print come out stringy, brittle, or take forever, chances are the right preset could have saved the day. Maybe. It's not magic, but you can at least get closer to what you need quicker. Each of those categories down below, quality, strength, speed, support, and others, they control a whole bundle of settings. Quality, yeah, that's stuff like your layer height, and well, you know what that means. Smaller layers equal a smoother finish, but that's gonna take more time. And strength, that's things like wall thickness, perimeters, infill. More of those settings equal a beefier print. Now speed, obvious, except that, remember, faster equals less detail, and it might look a little bit rougher, but hey, it's quick. Support, well, that's all about how supports are generated. Really important things for tricky prints with overhangs, bridging, and stuff like that. And then there's others. Well, that's kind of a catch-all for things like bed adhesion, prime tower settings, spiral vase mode, time lapses, you know, stuff that still matters a lot, but doesn't quite fit into those other boxes. The point is, when you choose a preset like standard or high speed, well, it's not just changing one thing. It's flipping a whole bunch of switches under the hood to get a certain result. And these are set by the manufacturers to give the best optimal results. Of course, your filament brand and type, along with your model complexity, all of those are going to combine to affect the outcome as well. Now, here's where things get kind of fun. You're not stuck with those default presets. For instance, say you're printing a small miniature and you figured out just the right infill settings and support settings. Well, save that preset, call it something like miniatures. The slicer is going to show your new user preset at the top of your preset settings there, and it's a good idea when you name it to leave the nozzle size and those other informational things as well. And that way, the next time you won't have to remember what you changed. It's all there just one click away. By the way, the preloaded system presets, well, they're locked for a good reason, so you can't accidentally mess them up. And that way, if things ever actually do kind of go sideways, you can just switch back to one of the defaults and you're back on solid ground.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Remember, system presets are great, easy starting points for your 3D prints. And for a lot of people, it's all they're ever going to want or need to change to really get great prints. Plus, you can tweak them to fit your style by saving your changes as your own user presets. And before you know it, you've got your own custom toolkit dialed in for all your favorite prints. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to check out my other videos to get more help and information so we can all learn, create, and amaze.